we are going for the next operation, that is opening a window. Now, what is the difference between the active window and opening window? We are making some window, we are opening some window means what? We are clicking on something where either the new window will open or the window which is closed is going to open, right? Whenever we are opening a window, provide an iconic representation or a textual list of available windows. That means if opening with an expansion of an icon, animate the icon expansion. So that means you have on the top of the screen you have that rectangle. I'll just go to this. Yeah, you can see over here, right? This is for maximization, but when you're opening anything, you need to change all the status. You have to see as per the size of this, you have to make this symbols to be ready. If this symbol, what should be the status of this symbol, right? So you should check all these things. Then uh, when opening a window, position the opening window in the most forward plane of the screen, right? So generally, as a designer, you should check that where it will open, whether it will take the complete screen, whether it will take a complete laptop screen or desktop screen, or it will open only in the some center portion, or it will open only half portion of the screen. So at the same time, where it should position, whether it should position from the left top corner of the screen, or whether it should position from the left right bottom corner of the screen, right? How much it should far from the left alignment, or how much it should far from the right alignment, right side screen. So that you need to decide when you're opening of the any window. So first we need to check about the position, then adapt the window to the size and shape of the monitor on which it will be presented, right? So this is also same like on which desktop it is getting open. Then designate it as an active window. So once it is open, because as it is open, it will become active. So you need to make it as after opening of window operation, you need to making it as active operation of the window also, right? Then you should follow all the rules with respect to the active operation. Then set it off against a neutral background and ensure that its title bar is visible. So these things should be taken care while opening a window. Now if we are opening a primary window, so when a primary window is open or restored, position it on the top, right? So that means what? All the secondary windows, uh, whatever the secondary windows are there behind the primary windows, all will be getting restored as the primary window will get restored. And if the primary window is getting closed, all the secondary windows will be getting closed, right? So it's something like we should, as per the primary windows operation or the restoration, we need to check with respect to the secondary window also. Now it is only with respect to secondary window. When dependent secondary window is open, position it on the top of its associate primary window, right? So we should come to know that this particular secondary window belongs to this primary window. So whenever you have a number of windows are open on your screen, and if you are opening any secondary window, so it should be open on its primary window, so that it will have, the user will come to know that this is belongs to this screen, right? And present the layer or cascaded windows with any related peer secondary windows. So when you have a number of secondary windows you are opening, you see in which presentation styles it should be open. Whether it will be layered, for example, if I go over here and if I am opening some window, I don't have here any. Okay, suppose I am clicking on, so it is exactly opening, this small window is exactly opening from here. If I am clicking on this, So this is the primary window in this. So definitely, and the full screen has taken for this primary window, right? So you can see that when I'm opening this is now secondary window, because this secondary window has opened from the this other primary window, right? So how it should be positioned, you can make it over here, but this user can make freely, he can move the position or the location of the window. But when it is open, you have seen that it has opened from the left top corner, which is exactly aligned with the left screen and the top screen, right? So all this should be decided while doing the developing of this Windows operation only. Then going for the next, when the dependent secondary window is activated, its primary window and related peer windows should also be positioned at the top. Okay. If more than one object is selected and open, display each object in a separate window, right? So if that's what, if more than one object is different than the secondary window, right? And designate the last window selected as an active window. So that is also there when we are opening number of operations, then you have to see that the last selected one should be the active one. Display the window in the same state as it was the last accessed. So this is also you have to, like, sometimes if I minimize the any window, so when I will minimize, and at the time of minimization, if a particular icon on the window is active, for example, if I am selecting this particular Windows separation, I have highlighted. Now, if I am minimizing this, right? So right now, that particular window is not active, we can say, or it is closed. But when I'm again opening that window, right, then whatever it was there in the how it was closed, in which state it was closed, or in which state it has been minimized, in the same state it has been opened, right? You can see that we were highlighted this before minimizing, and when we maximize it, again it is in the same state. So that's the things you have to take care from the designer's point of view. A display a window in the same state as it was last accessed. When it comes to the tile windows, you have to see that if your any particular windows are resizing, then the associated windows, or any besides windows of that, their size will get changed. For example, if I come back to this, now here I don't have a access to do, but let us just say if this is a Rashmi's window, if I'm resizing, if I'm increasing the size of that, then definitely the Sri Hari window, and then Shahid window, the Rakshit Ballal window, the size of it will affect the size of all these three windows, right? That means what? Because this particular presentation styles is nothing but a tiled windows presentation, where all the windows are visible, all the users here. In case of MS Team, it is users, right? It is the participants. All you are visible in my screen, but all you have in a single small windows. So this is a tiled presentation. So this is with respect to the Windows operation. Opening of a window. So you can see in the next operation is sizing window, right? Now, exactly with respect to the size of the window, if whatever the things what things we should take care. So first, provide large enough windows to present all relevant and expected information for the task. Avoid hiding important information. Avoid crowding or visual confusion. Minimize the need for the scrolling. So depends on your application. if you need that window to be as big as your laptop screen or as your computer screen, use the complete screen, right? Make your windows completely complete up. But if you need to be your windows only should be of half size and not required the bigger always, then as per the application it's required. But what things you should take care, you should not, there should not be always unnecessary scrolling, right? You have a enough space, then why you are making the size of the window small? Because if you are keeping the size of the window small, then definitely information will exceed than the size of the window. And to see the information, to see the contents of the on the window, the user needs to do the scrolling, and scrolling is where manually he has to do it. So it is generally it is extra headache actually for him. But sometimes if it is we need to put so many things on the same window, in that case we need to arrange in such fashion so that we use scrolling. If it is the information or the content is going beyond the size of the screen, then definitely we need to go for the scrolling. But minimize as much as possible. Avoid crowding. So you have to see the size of the window. It should be such that it should not be too small where it will be all the contents will be look as a crowded, or it should not be very I mean maximum it will be a laptop screen, maximum it will be that, but use less than full size of the entire screen. If window is too large, determine is all the information needed, is all the information related, right? As I told just now. Otherwise, make the window as small as possible, that is optimum window size for text about 12 lines, for alphanumeric information about 7 lines. So these are the standards, like it is a size of the optimum window where any window which contains the maximum 12 lines apart from the title bar and status bar and menu bars and all, the actual working area of your window, the which we also call is at a client area, the client area, it should be maximum text. If it is just only text, then 12 lines. If it is alphanumeric information, 7 lines. So it is the little standard for as small as window, how much small window we can keep it. Then larger window, what is the advantages and what are the disadvantages, right? They permit displaying of more information, they facilitate learning, data relationship and grouping are more obvious, less window manipulation requirement exist, breadth is preferred to the depth, more efficient data validation and data correction can be performed. So this is very true when it is a size of the window is large, right? Because we can see it will allow us to put maximum information, more information. Also, it will allow us to see the contents in a single window. It will make us see the relationship between the different grouping of the icons, grouping of the items, whether it is in the menu bar or whether it is in the screen area or the client area. And at the same time, you breadth is preferred than the depth. So instead of a vertical window, the horizontally bigger window is preferred than the vertically uh, height wise lengthwise bigger window won't be preferred. So better a breadth should be more than the depth. What are the disadvantages? It's saying that longer pointer movement is required. Disadvantages with respect to the larger window. So with respect to the larger window, it is saying that longer pointer movement are required. Windows are more crowded, more visual scanning is required. Other windows more easily obscures parts of the OK window, and it is not as easy to hide inappropriate data. So both the way it's speaking, actually it's speaking on both the sides. हम लोग बोलते हैं ना, it's like it's डमरू बजा रहा है, both the side is. So it's like the advantages are also there and disadvantages are also there of the larger window. That's why it depends on the website. See, sorry, that's why it depends on the application. See, many websites you would have seen, uh, it will be vertically, the depth of that windows size is vertically, it is more. You need to keep scrolling down to see further information with respect to that, right? Some for some website, it will be the complete window or complete information will fit into the window size only, but then the depth wise operations will be more, right? So for example, if we are going to the SVC website, you can see that in SVC website, if you wanted to, it's there, the depth wise also it's there, and it is there, the number of related windows are also there, number of opening of windows are also there. So if it is depth wise more, it sometimes it's irritate because we have to use our scroller to take it down further and just read the information, right? But sometimes the larger window, that's what this is the advantage. Sometimes so many information will keeping on the same window, so that also will, it will look as a crowded. Sometimes visual scanning is more because we need to read everything in a one screen only, so we have to continuous as in, this is where this users human characteristics will play a role, right? So for any age wise also, we have to see the scrolling of particular screen continuously, it irritates the person, right? So we have to see what group of users are there, what is their age group, and accordingly that we can decide whether to fit everything in the single window or make it as different windows. Okay, so and it is not easy to hide in, but this is one big disadvantage. Sometimes if we wanted to hide the data, it should not visible immediately as soon as we are opening the window. But if it is a larger window, then it will be easy to see in the first attempt only. But if it is a smaller window, it will be somewhere in the corner or it will be somewhere in the down where it is not visible. So sometimes such kind of inappropriate data which should be there on the screen but should not be visible as early as possible, we are not, it is not possible through the larger windows. So this is, I think you people have done many mini projects, so you might have got this idea. So this is with respect to sizing of the window. So these are general guidelines, it's not necessary you should stick to these guidelines only, but these are general guidelines which every designer should keep it into a mind. And then based on the project, based on the application, the domain for which we are doing the application or the software product, based on that, based on the user's mentality, the kind of user who will be working on the particular application, we have to think all these points. Then this is talking about windows placement. So where it should be placed at, I just told the consideration when it comes to in placing a window on the display, consider the use of the window, the overall display dimensions, the reason for the window's appearance. If it is a dialog boxes, if the dialog box related to the entire system, center it on the screen. Keep key information on the underlying screen visible. If one window, one dialog box calls another, make the new one movable whenever possible. The placement of the window. Whenever we are opening any, where the window should be placed. For what we have opened that window, right? What is the task of that window? Generally, dialog boxes will be there. You have observed that in many application, whatever dialog boxes is, if it is entirely for the complete this one application, it will open exactly in the center of the window. From that dialog boxes, if we are opening one more small window, then the newest window will be on the top of that first, and that window will be movable from one place to another place. So unless and until the latest window will not finish the task of the latest window, the previous window from which it has been open, it is immovable. So you would have seen this kind of operation in maybe in PDF or in some applications also, where it is not possible to move the window unless and until the one which is already active is getting closed, right? So that is with respect to placement of the window. Position the window so it is entirely visible. If the window is being restored, place the window where it has last appeared, right? So you have to see with respect to position of the window also, you have to see if number of windows are there and all are in the overlapping fashion, right? So if any window is you are restoring, I mean, first it was maximized and then you are minimize, or first it was active. So what was the position when it was active? And now you have make it as deactive or in the overlapping going to the some other window. So whenever you are restoring any window, it should be open at its same position where it was last time appeared. If the window is new, location has not yet been established, place it as per the viewer's attention, place it where it is convenient, place it where it is not disturbing the other window information, right? So if it is a new window, so for multiple windows, give each additional window its unique location, right? So whenever it is a multiple windows, you have to see that every window should have a unique location. In multiple monitor configuration, display the secondary window on the same monitor as its primary window. So similarly, almost it is repeating because whenever we are opening a window, after opening we need to position it somewhere, right? We need to place it somewhere. So all these are the guidelines. If you are opening up any window, if it is from its primary window, it should be on top of the primary window, right? If I am opening some window where it is talking about the table, insert the table, right? So it should be just below the inserting of the table, where we can say here, if I'm just saying over here, so when I'm clicking on add a table, right? So if I, so it should be the table. Now here the table is the one through which the new window is opening, right? So from this table I have opened another window, and you can see that it exactly associated with this. It is not opening somewhere here, it is not opening somewhere here, it is opening exactly. So based on the application, based on the task of that window, we have to position the task of that particular new window, right? So you can see that even if I'm only the case, if I'm going for, suppose I have that find and replace. If I'm taking find and replace, it will open in the center of, because it is going to find out from the entire working area, right? If I say over here this, and if I click on saying that, you can see that it's taking the, it's searching from the entire working area. This is my entire working area, right? This is my entire working area, and this is assigned for the menus, this is assigned for the vertical task bar, this is nothing but the status bar and all, right? But this is what the working area for the PPT for user. If here I will give, and you can see that this find window has exactly open in the center of this, but I can change the position as an user. If I'm thinking that it's hiding the contents, then I can position it anywhere. But when exactly when it has opened, it was exactly in the center. But as a user, I'm finding that it's hiding the information, so I can position it, right? So you should give, whenever it is opening any window, you should have you should give a access to resize it, reposition it also, right? So if I'm typing here window and I'm saying find next, you can see that it will find the contents, right? So like this it will find. So that means what, this is all the working area. In that working area, the exactly when I have opened this, now I'm closing, right? I'm just closing. So when again I will open it, exactly it will open it last time. Now if I'm closing this, okay, but if I'm going for replace, the replace will open in the, okay, it is also opening because it is related, find and replace is related, so it is opening where exactly it was opened last time. If I completely close this PPT and again if I open this PPT, and then if I again click on the find, it will open in the center of the screen. So it is what, this is the way it has been designed. We have some more operations like window separation, moving a window, and almost all are similar, because see, resizing a window, other operation, window shuffling. We'll stop